welcome here to the next chapter, and we shall see if we can find the tiara. It seems to be at the churchyard. In this graveyard, and let's see if we can find the correct grave.
Le Fleur Povence, 905 to 987. The power brought unto this world is as unholy as this sage. Doomed are those that have descended from the blood of a first mage. Hamish Bite, 1226 to 1258. Besides religious connotation, reverence paid daily as we should, it is a tradesman's irony that a carpenter was killed upon the wood. Coco Airboul, 1205 to 1252. The writer wrote until he bled. In his final agony he said, I will not lift my trusty pen till I at last have reached the end. This is the church. Coco Airboul. Coco Hamish Bite. Judas Morton, 1365 to 1415. Here lies a foolish non-believer, with shame deep is this hole. Even God, though wise and powerful, cannot save his wretched soul. Faith Cinders, 998 to 1029. Alas, my dear, you've come too near to your heart's great desire. It seems that now you've run afoul, and should not have lit that fire. It is likely that only the most devout believers have been buried in there. A full radiant moon casts its pale light over Kolyma. You find it vaguely disturbing that the church cemetery is the best vantage point from which to view it tonight. This is the church. Bridget O. Troublewater, 1248 to 1299. During the annual house inspection, she spied a mirror and its reflection. For days she lovingly gazed at it, unable to sleep or eat or sit. With the last of her earthly power, there she remained till her final hour. Lyot O'Mallif, 1200 to 1256. She was a lady with strange habits, who as friends kept only rabbits. When time came her hunger due, her friends all wound up in her stew. The other creatures, also bunnies, found this not remotely funny, so their swift revenge they sought. The kitchen in her sleep they brought, heaved her into the large pot, which was, regretfully, much too hot. Larman Odnarb, 1175 to 1200. Dear old Larman was a healer, cured many a deadly fever. One he caught that bitter day, healed not himself and passed away. Here lies the Odnarb family. Evidently they were well respected to have their own area. This is the church. Here lies Rebecca Twintle, 1250 to 1273. In that usual daring way of hers, she threw caution to the wind. Late one eve she risked a venture, and went out to sea with him. Totally in love she was, so filled with careless whim, that when he threw her overboard, she never thought to swim. Goulash Thompson, 1370 to 1441. Never in all his living years had he ever seen such sights. For hours did he stare at them, those beautiful, dazzling. So happy was he that he had been able to live to see this night, but down a cliff he blindly fell. Goulash Thompson, 1370 to 1441. Never in all his living years had he ever seen such sights. For hours did he stare at them, those beautiful, dazzling lights. So happy was he that he had been able to live to see this night, but down a cliff he blindly fell, for the lights had been too bright.
Yeah.
In this dark hole lies one brave soul, whose questing for glory has taken its toll. Charles Bucket, 1189 to 1232. He'd go out in the pouring rain and risk becoming wet He'd never dry off afterwards, so very sick he'd get. Here lies the Larman Odnar.
It looks like that we have.
Show some respect for the deceased. You don't think random poking around will help you here?
I think we have found the correct grave.
You stop digging when your shovel hits something hard. The casket contains a tin box, as well as the remnants of the deceased's corpse. These bones have been here for so long that most of them have crumbled to dust. You have no desire to carry around human bones. With bated breath, you open the box. There it is, the tiara.
Count Christopher Revere. No wonder that Kaldor couldn't find it.
As you retrieve the tiara from its final resting place, you let out a loud, relieved sigh. You feel as if the coming sunrise will be the most glorious sight you will ever behold, considering how close you were to never seeing another again. Now don't delay, you still have to get it back to the castle.
What the?
You freeze as a wolf's howl sends shivers down your spine. You force yourself to turn and face nothing. Your anxiety must be causing you to hear things.
Yeah, let's hope so.
The tiara would better fit a daintier head than yours.
Let's see.
This tiara is stunning. It is encrusted with diamonds from the back to the front, progressively getting larger. The center stone in the front is a dazzling sapphire. The smoked ham has a wonderful savory smell. It's hard to resist tasting it. It looks as though someone has taken a bite out of it.
I think we better save now when we have it. Mostly because that this was this chapter, and now we then wait.